Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tiny Blue Games. My name, of course, is Seesaw or Chris, and today we're talking about Guild Wars 2. And specifically, we're going to be looking at the new player experience for Guild Wars 2. With me, I've got my good pal and Guild Wars 2 enthusiast, Ryan.
Hello.
And we are just extremely excited for Path of Fire.
Yep.
Really
excited.
Well, excited for that. Excited for all the new people coming into Guild Wars 2. And we wanted to give you guys a good taste of what starting in Guild Wars 2 looks like. Now, this is the character selection screen. You saw me just tear through the races there because I knew what I wanted to make. But we're looking at a Char Engineer, and that's kind of what I'm looking to do a playthrough on because A, I don't have it, and B, engineers are a very complicated profession for me. I had it as my first profession, at which point they were pretty bad at the start of the game, but now, don't you worry, the engineers are very sexy, and you should play them all the time.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, this guy here just has, just got one.
Yeah,
nice and geared up.
just made a Condi Engineer for raiding, and it's pretty fun.
All right, so yeah, we're going to do the old Char Engineer, which is a very classic combination, too, really.
Yeah.
Like, they're made for engineers.
Yeah, them and Azures are pretty much the only engineers you'll really see. You can make them on any race, in case you are actually really new to Guild Wars 2 and wondering, but Char and Azure are definitely most
And
common.
that's actually a really good point to talk about. A lot of games, I mean, we play WildStar on this channel a lot, do lock what the race and class can be, and that ruins a lot of the fun. We take it for granted in Guild Wars 2.
That's a good point, yeah.
The fact that you can play anything on anything.
That is a good point. You do take it for granted.
Right? You can be like a mini Azure warrior. You can be like a mini hunter. Like there's a lot that you can't do in other games. In this game, you can.
True,
Even WoW, you can't play everything on everything.
No.
So that it's a really nice thing that they've done. And even with the new class, like Revenants can play everything too. So you guys
on
should,
any race.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff. One thing we should note is that this is a account that has Heart of Thorns purchased, as well as POF pre-ordered. Not that that really changes much, the POF part. But it's not a free-to-play account. So some restrictions do apply to free-to-play accounts, and we'll talk about that in another video because I haven't looked them up. But there's nothing major. In terms of actual content from 1 to 80, it's very similar.
Yeah.
You'll see us gliding, which is something you can't do without Heart of Thorns. But it's also something you wouldn't be able to do on your first character if you did have Heart of Thorns, because you need to get the mastery to do it.
Yeah.
So it would not change your first playthrough experience very much. You can see here there's a lot of options really to change your character. Considering this game's 5 years old, you can definitely change them up pretty good. Even dye your first outfit, which as you're gonna watch, make it exactly the same color through and through. And you can ask Ryan and other people I play with. I have a weird problem of doing this with all my dyes. I always just stick with one.
Mix it up.
I don't mix it up. It's all the same color. Look at this. I'm going.
Why do you even buy dyes then, dude? Why do you even bother?
So yeah, we went with ebony in every spot.
Nice.
But a really cool part about Guild Wars 2 that I would say hasn't been played with as much in the more recent stuff is your actual character bio. Yeah. Like you choose who you are, your backstory, how you deal with problems. It's more flavor.
A lot of potential that didn't really pan out. If this is your first playthrough of Guild Wars 2 and you are looking at this video kind of as the target audience, which is we're kind of telling you how easy it actually is to get into this game if you're very intimidated, because the thing with a lot of MMOs like Guild Wars 2 now, where we can't really say it's a new game anymore, it's going into its second expansion. That'll really intimidate a lot of new players, especially going into like a game like World of Warcraft these days, which is like 6-7 expansions deep, and you hear like the max level is going to be like 110, 115, and it's like, oh my god, like that's so intimidating. The really cool thing about Guild Wars 2 is as they come out with expansions, they come out with different ways to advance your character and their potential without actually increasing the levels. So once you get one character to level 80, that's it. You'll never have to grind levels on them again.
That's true. We're still 80. We got to 80 and we've sticked to 80. And it, at the start, yes, there wasn't a ton of stuff for us to do, but throughout Heart of Thorns, we never had nothing to do. You can ask me and Ryan both went for pretty extensive legendaries.
Yeah.
And it took a while.
Yeah, Nevermore took me 8 months. Chris went for Eternity, and that took him a while.
I am a Char. In this world of constant battle, I am the deadliest weapon of all. I respect no authority but the clenched fist of my legion. With engines of destruction, we have killed our gods. We reclaimed our homeland of Ascalon, and we planted victory banners on the graves of our enemies. Yet, if we waver, it could slip through our claws. Victory, at any cost. The Iron Legion's war cry can be heard in the churning of gears and the roaring of siege engines. I serve the Iron Legion. I build the future. I forge the weapons of Char supremacy. I've earned the respect of my comrades and forged alliances I can call on in times of need. My Legion values innovative solutions, efficient execution. Like our steel, we do not bend. Centuries ago, humans stole Ascalon from the Iron Legion. They have paid for that crime in blood, but the usurpers fight us even in death. Today, the combined armies of the Black Citadel will assault the ghosts that plague Iron Legion territory. I've been assigned to reinforce the bulwark. Let the Ash Legion strike from the shadows. Let the Blood Legion die on the field. I am part of the machine. This is my story.
And that's what Guild Wars 2 tried to originally tell people. Like, this is your story. It's very much about how you want to play the game. And oh my god, I forgot my whispers in here. So this is our one of our #1 subscribers from Frost. He was just checking me. I was having the worst time connecting. I actually tried to make a character originally and it DC'd hard. But now we're back in the game. So look at you. You made it in the video. It was all worth it. You should.
It's me.
Yeah. Where is he? There's Ryan.
Just so you guys know, for anyone coming in new into the game, Guild Wars 2 has this really cool wardrobe system where once you unlock a piece of gear, you can change your gear to have that appearance no matter what, even leveling. So that's all level 1 gear, but that skin to look like Char, like level 40 cultural armor. So yeah, if you're a new player to the game and you see people your level running around in incredibly cool armor, even some weapons that leave footfalls, those are legendary weapons, don't feel like you did anything wrong. It's just that you can make a level 1 character and make it look like a level 80, which is pretty cool. So yeah, if other characters are running around looking way more far along than you, they might not actually be, so you don't got to worry about that.
So these green stars that you can see here, and that's kind of the first mission, is your personal story. You'll have this first mission, and then you kind of will do some regular leveling, and then it'll start back up at 10. And it kind of does that throughout the whole like leveling experience. You'll do some regular hearts and stuff like that, and then you'll get to do a few personal story missions. The personal story is good. It'll tell you a lot about the game. Nowadays, they have way better ways of telling story, and we'll kind of you'll get a first-hand experience right here when we click on this person. This cutscene is how they used to tell story everywhere. And it's a cool cinematic, and you can see where they were going with it. The issue is it takes you out of the game, and everyone's like, oh my god, I just want to play, and you start skipping through it, and that really hurts it. Whereas now, we see with Heart of Thorns and the new expansion, they deliver story while you're still playing. You can hear it over combat, and while you're walking. It's very dynamic, and like how you would actually experience it kind of in real life.
And they've started to learn, like, I shouldn't do spoiler, but there's a part in season 2 where they could have done I won't ruin it. I'm sorry, there's a part in season 3, episode 2 of The Living Story where they could have easily done a really cool cinematic, but it was so much cooler that they didn't, and they just let it play out for you, and you could run around still doing it, and it was just, you know, because that's the thing, is everyone loves cinematics in video games, right? But there are times where if you overdo cinematics, sometimes it takes away. It disinterests you.
Because the big thing about video games that's different, like if you want cinematics, just watch a movie. Yeah. Video games, you're playing the game. You want to like feel like you're the person doing this, and that's why they kind of moved away from it. You can see here the new player experience with any of the races is that you kind of help defeat a big boss in any of the areas. With the Char specifically, we're all about the ghosts and Ascalon, and that you'll learn a lot about that. And we'll probably do an episode on Ascalon Catacombs, which is the first dungeon, which will be quite exciting too. But it's very much about these ghosts, and we have a big statue of
Duke
Baradin, who is very lore significant as well. And it's the main boss for this, and it's a pretty cool boss.
Yeah.
It's not the coolest of all the bosses, but that's okay because the Char are the coolest of all the races. So that's just.
I agree to that, but a lot of people won't.
People are salty.
Yeah,
but the boss is pretty cool. I don't know. Like, look at him. He's like winding up.
Yeah, he looks cool.
I did an unfortunate angle of not catching his face.
It's hard to.
But yeah, it's mostly just there's a lot of new people too. Like you can see all the people in this map already.
Yeah.
Even when we were questing after this, which will be the next episode, really, there's a lot of new people. So if you are hesitant at all, you should. This is a great time to get into Guild Wars 2, especially with the hype of the expansion.
If you're thinking of getting Path of Fire, you can get the core game for free and start to level up your character now, which I would definitely recommend because there's lots of new players already in the game in anticipation of Path of Fire. So right now is the perfect time to get into Guild Wars 2 if you've been thinking about it.
That's with any MMO. Join it with the new expansion. That's the time to get into it because you have a bunch of new people and it's new and exciting.
Yeah.
So really with this whole series, I guess I should get to the point. We are looking at showing the leveling experience, really enjoying it for ourselves because we haven't done it in a while either, and just seeing how things have changed, how things were back then, and really sharing some secrets as well and tips that we've learned throughout our journey. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. Let us know if there's any specific pieces of content you want to see or that you want to know more about, like maybe certain classes or certain dungeons or anything like that.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope you guys enjoy it.
Thanks for watching, guys.